Good evening. So, here we have it. We're going to be talking Manchester United tonight. One time they were called the biggest club in the world. The question is, are they still there? Listen, this is the Manchester United preview. Let's do this. Yeah, big up to everyone that's going to be tuning in to like live now, or if you're going to watch it in the future. Welcome to another episode of Eagle Eyed View. And it's the official debut of the popcorn gang. Listen, go get your popcorn ready because this should be entertaining. I am ready for this one. Yeah, I'm going to go round and obviously introduce the panel. So big up to Brush. How you doing, mate?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good as always. To my bottom left, Bernard all the way from Jamaica. Oh, happy Independence Day, by the way.
Thanks, man. Thank you very much. I'm feeling good these days, especially with the Olympics and all of that. These athletes are really helping me to celebrate that independence.
100%. And
Yeah.
to my bottom right, Roland, pros only. And I've just found out he's also Ghanaian too. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Come on.
There we go. Family right here. Family right here.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
And already, listen, just so you know, this is the biggest troll in town. Vibes, banter for galore. Trust me, and such. Also, he's here. He's made it. Big up Reese, man.
What's happening? You're right.
I'm good. I know that. Listen, I know the children issues, brother. I feel you.
I'm glad you feel the pain, man.
Trust me. But let's get into it. The first thing I want to talk about, last season. Now, this is where I love to brag. Opening day of the season, and I'm gonna brag. Old Trafford. I've got to milk this as much as I can. It doesn't happen often. The mighty red and blue. Let me say that again.
Trying to read it back.
The mighty red and blue turn up at Old Trafford, your stomping ground, and actually battered you. Now that I've got that out of the way, now let's talk serious business. Last season, Reece, you know what? Since you just jumped in, let's start with you. How do you feel last season went for you?
Honestly, I think it was. I believe it was Ollie's time to kind of stamp his authority on the squad, on where he wants to go, and how they want to play. So I thought it was a success, to be honest. You know, if you told me at the beginning of the season that we'd finish second, Champions League, you know, obviously final Europa League, but
we'll get to that.
I think it was a success personally. Do you know what I mean? So I think for me, it's all about this season. This season is coming. This is where Ollie is going to be defined. This is his make or break.
Bernard?
Well, for me, last season, it was like a roller coaster thing for me. I wouldn't say, I didn't feel it was a success, and I'll say why. And yes, I agree. At the start of the season, if you told me that we would probably be ending the season second place and also going to a major final, I'd say, yeah, I'll take that. But after seeing actually what the squad was and how they could play and the potential that they had, I think that the squad was undercut by Ollie and his cowardice. You understand? So I actually do think, and like I said before, when talking to KG, we had a very good opportunity to win the league. And I I'll die on that hill because I believe that the only reason we didn't win the league was because of Ollie. You know, if he knew how to, or if he was brave enough to use his squad, use your squad, then we would have been in a better position. We would have won the league and we would have won that EuroLeague final. And we probably would have made it further in the Champions League because he would have had enough sense when everybody and their dog knew that Fred was to be taken off in that match against PSG, and Ollie was like, whatever, until he got a red card. My dog was like, "Woof, woof, woof, woof," you idiot. Yeah. Yeah, but that's my part. Yeah.
Roland.
Well, I mean, I gave the season like a 6 out of 10. It was like a little bit above average in it. Like, I mean, obviously the start to the season was pretty poor. Obviously lost to Spurs 6-1 at home as well. That Champions League group stage where we're pretty much through, and then we throw it away in those last 3 games. So that was disappointing. And then obviously in the league, we got to the top. We were top at Christmas. We were top New Year's Day. And you're thinking, okay, push on from here. Let's see what we can do. And it just fell apart literally in like a few games after that. Like that draw at West Brom was a bit mad. Like just seeing Harry Maguire and Lindelof getting bullied by them guys. And then to end the season, like going out of the FA Cup at the quarterfinal stage, and it's like we had a chance we could have won that FA Cup if we had beaten Leicester, but it's just you know how it is. And then the Europa League final, obviously the top of the season, it was disappointing end to the season for me. And I just feel like for me, last season was Ollie's opportunity to win a trophy so that he could give the fans like some sort of like hope to say, okay, we trust and believe in what you're doing and this process is actually working. But it just didn't come up short. And it's like this season coming, he has no excuses. Like you actually have to win a cup, like at least, and then at least try and challenge for the league because there's no excuses now. So
cool. Rush?
I agree.
I think it went about as well as it could have under Ollie. If you look at the past 2 seasons, year on year, there has been improvement. It's just not the level of improvement that the fans demand. I'm not going to say we could have won the league, as in, yeah, the chance was there. But, to say that we could have won it if it wasn't just for Ollie, it's like dismissing what Man City did. Man City are wavy. They won that league last season without a striker, bro. It's a madness. And just as easily as 1 or 2 of those results could have gone our way, they could have gone against us too. Like that game early in the season against Brighton, I have no clue how we won that.
Yeah, that was mad.
With Bruno's penalty in the last minute, like that could just as easily have been a loss or a draw as a win for us. So it was all mad. You talked about Palace and that result early on. I mean, that came off the back of a shambolic pre-season. And if you guys have been paying attention, that's pretty much what we've got now. We've not seen the first team. Varane's just landed. He's just got his visa. He's quarantining. We're not going to see Sancho. Like, it's going to take a while, man. It's going to take a while for the boys to click. What are the ambitions for this season? I mean, we've made 2 very good signings. They're signings that come in and immediately improve the first 11. But the things that we need to look at and that Ollie needs to improve on, we do need to ask questions about why we got dashed out of the Champions League from the position we were in. That's unacceptable. And then, so we shouldn't have even been in the Europa League, really. And then to go to the Europa League final and then to do what we did and not win, that's criminal as well. So questions need to be asked. He's staying in it. So I'm not on this Ollie out bandwagon. I'm just hoping for the best and hoping that he learns.
Cool. Before we continue, comment here which says, and anyone feel free to address it. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. You will continue to win nada with Maguire and Shaw and McTominay, Fred Flintstone, Barney Rubble, and Dino Incarnate. In case you're wondering, yes.
So much disrespect.
It's just one comment.
Wow.
Boy. That's why.
That's
That's why
just
they
a,
look.
that's just trolling for me.
That's
I don't.
mad, bruv.
Uh,
Roberto Carlos, bruv. You got to put some respect on his name.
yeah,
Well,
I mean, for me, he's to me right now. He's up there in the top 5 left backs in the world right now. So
Like
no, no,
on form, you can't dispute it, bro.
yeah. So nobody can talk to me right now about Luke Shaw. I've had my misgivings concerning Maguire. I've spoken about it throughout the season. There are times when he look really really good, especially in the latter parts of the season and even at the Euros. But there were times when he looked absolute crap. I remember,
Mm.
there were matches I was watching. He was the man basically injured Bailey, busted up Bailey one at the time, and tackled Luke Shaw when we conceded. I don't
FA
remember
Cup
who it
against
was.
Chelsea. FA
Yeah,
Cup against Chelsea. They just took each other out.
yeah. So, sometimes I wonder what he's thinking about, Maguire. But he has shown that he can adjust and that he can improve. Let's hope that that carries on into this new season. But nobody can talk to me about Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is an absolute beast. I just want him to, continue on that trajectory and stay fit and
Yep.
also stay in shape, because he's kind of built. He's a stocky fella, almost like a Wayne Rooney was. If Wayne Rooney doesn't train for a little bit, or if he eats or even breathes, he puts on weight. So he just needs to understand to stay fit, man.
Yeah. No, sometimes it can't even be helped, Ray. It's just your genetics and your body type, man.
Yeah, but for me, I'm like this. Listen, if you're talking about me, I'm allowed to put on some weight every now and again. If
Like Wayne Rooney. If you saw Wayne Rooney, you'd think he was like a Sunday league pub/rugby player.
Yeah, and the thing that frustrated me about Wayne Rooney over the years is that, Wayne Rooney for me was so good. All he needed to do was to put in some more. If I was
If
Wayne Rooney and I saw,
Ronaldo,
Ronaldo
if he
doing
followed
that,
Ronaldo's,
oh
oh,
man,
Jesus,
see, I disagree. I think
nah.
Rooney. No, I disagree. I think Rooney was the way he was, and that's the reason why I believe he was so good. His aggression, he didn't care about looks or how physical.
no, but that was a problem. That
We
was the
all
problem. He
remember.
didn't care.
Nah,
But the
but
thing, that's what
you
I'm
know, if
saying.
he had
Hold on,
Ronaldo's professionalism, bro, and just put in that
Exactly.
extra effort,
Rooney
you don't
was
I
think
hear
he'd be
you. I
doing
hear
that?
you.
Listen.
Okay,
Ronaldo.
let me
Ronaldo was.
just say something.
Yeah.
Let me just say something. Yeah. let me. Rooney's work ethic. Can anyone? Can we put that down?
No. But
That's what I'm trying to say.
there's work ethic on the pitch.
That's what I'm saying. His
There's
work
working
ethic
on the
every game.
pitch. There's work ethic on the. Listen, if I'm going to play a game of football, I'm going to work my ass off on that pitch. I am not fit.
See, I disagree.
I'm
I think Rooney
not.
was fit. I just think he just didn't look fit.
Rooney was.
I think he was fit.
Rooney was
Nah,
finished
man.
at 29 because he didn't take care of himself off the pitch. That's the problem. So,
Right, that's the
when
thing.
I don't
when
know,
you
man.
saw,
But that's what separates the real true elites from the rest, though, isn't it? Not many people.
Exactly, man.
I'm saying, like, you gotta have the mentality to
Not
be like,
many
when
people
I'm
have that.
off
That's
season,
like,
I'm
we're
not out
talking
here
the Kobe
partying, I'm
Bryant,
training.
the Michael Jordans. Not
LeBron
everyone's thought like
James,
that.
come on,
Exactly.
them
When
man
you look
there.
when you look at
Okay.
Ronaldo, man, when you look at Ronaldo was. I remember a couple of years ago, Gary Neville was talking about Ronaldo. He said that they went off. When the league was finished, they went off, and when they came back for preseason, he was like, "I couldn't believe that this was the Ronaldo I saw like 2 months
But
ago or a
Bernie,
month ago."
but what I have to say is, how many players are like Ronaldo? Name me.
No, but
But hold on. Let me finish. Name
okay.
me another player that has the same mentality as Ronaldo, apart from Messi. Zlatan. Okay, but
Cavani.
My man's still doing this
Cavani.
thing. He's like 40, bro.
Yes, and when I say Cavani, I don't mean.
Cavani's not better than Ronaldo.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No. Just in terms of the way Cavani looks after him.
I'm not saying that he's better than Ronaldo. I'm saying that he has that mentality that
Yeah.
says, listen, I'm gonna be in peak condition. I'm gonna be as fit as I can be, and that is the kind of mentality that Rooney
I
lacks.
hear you. But remember, Rooney burst onto the scene at 16, you know?
It
You have to
doesn't
forget
matter,
it doesn't.
man.
Nah, it does. It
No,
does.
it
It
does.
does.
It kind of
It
does.
does. It
Kind
does.
of hear you.
Come on. Because Cavani and them and Ronaldo, they didn't come into their prime until they were, you know, well, I didn't know about them until they was in their early
It
20s.
does.
So
Listen, it
Ronaldo
doesn't
versus
matter.
Rooney,
If anything,
16. Come on, man. You got to give the guy some slack, man.
Yeah,
He done
no.
15
If
years in the
any-
top flight.
if anything, that should have said to Rooney, listen, I have experience on these guys, and
But he
when
won
I see
everything.
this,
He won everything. He done everything. He scored over 200 goals for the Premier.
no,
But look how
in
many
the
games
Premier
he
League.
don't get
played.
me
You know what I
wrong.
mean?
Listen, don't get me wrong. I don't want you to have I don't want you to misunderstand me. All right,
Yeah.
Rooney is a legend. I loved Rooney. Understand? And Rooney did bits for Manchester United. My position is that Rooney did not have the mentality to take it to that next level, to keep himself in that kind of conditioning that
But I
Ronaldo.
think he
He
took
should have
himself
been
to that level, though.
motivated, man.
He took himself to that level, though. He
Nah.
won the Champions League, the Premier League.
Gentlemen,
He won everything.
gentlemen,
What age
What more do
was
you want from
Rooney
him?
when he stopped playing? What age was Rooney?
order.
I don't know, about 34, 35?
You know,
35?
I am loving
Nah,
this
it wasn't
Rooney.
35. No, at the
Dre,
highest level, I mean.
Bernard Dre. One
Yo.
second, my brother. I know
All right,
I'm loving
dog.
this Rooney debate, but we've got many more debates to have.
We definitely need to do a show on Rooney, you know. Definitely.
I've got a list
Rooney's
here.
back. I've got Rooney's
Listen,
back.
I will
Yeah,
have the
how did
same
we get to
panel.
Rooney, man?
This is it. I will have the same panel on again to debate other bits. I will have no problem with that. All right, listen. Let's actually dissect the season. Let's look at that Champions League fight exit. Some will say the Pogba Riola thing was an issue. Others will say the loss at Istanbul was the issue. What's your viewpoint? Let's start with you, bro.
I feel like the Istanbul one was the bigger one for me, man. Like, you go into a team where, you know, I don't know, what did they finish? 14th in the Turkish league this season, at the end of last season, sorry. They had like a bunch of Premier League players in there. Like, they had like people like, who was there? You had
Demba Ba, bro.
You got Demba Ba. I saw some man like, who was
Demba Ba.
Chadley and them man there. I don't know who was there, but like, basically, we went there, and then that goal that we conceded where we got the attacking corner, and I'm seeing only one person like standing back, and I'm thinking to myself, like, this isn't even Sunday league level. Like, where's the man saying come back? Like, what's going on? And then,
you know, the mad thing, that one person standing back was Matic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's mad. It's like,
So the one guy without legs.
You know what's so funny? The whole Tuanzebe thing. You know, Tuanzebe was trying to chase down Demba Ba, and he couldn't catch him. I'm thinking to myself, right, like, you couldn't catch 39-year-old Demba Ba. Like, what's going on? I was shocked,
disrespect them, Baba. He's the one that popped Liverpool.
When he was in the Premier, he was doing bits, yeah. But like, still, come on, man. Like, and so that was the key moment for me in that Champions League group. And then, yeah, like in terms of the Pogba Raiola thing, we're going to talk about Pogba, I'm sure. But like, yeah, I'm not getting into that.
No, you know, feel free to go into the Pogba Raiola, that specific incident, because we'll talk about Pogba in its entirety.
In terms of that specific incident, bro, I mean, you know, Raiola wasn't the one that gave that interview the day before the Champions League. Like, that's when they chose to publish it. Like, he gave that interview like 2 weeks before. And you saw the impact Pogba made when he came on as a sub against Leipzig.
That's what I'm saying.
There's
no like correlation between the two. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, that's not an excuse, bro.
Yeah.
As for the Istanbul game, I reckon the players as well looked at it like we did when the fixture list came out. We were like, who the hell are these guys? This is going to be a walk in the park. And that's the mentality they went in there with.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, the Istanbul one for me, it did hurt, but the way I look at it is that these things can happen. You know, a smaller team can come and kick you around. I've seen it even with Sir Alex Ferguson. I think we were in the Champions League and we were playing Basel. You know, and we're expected to beat Basel, but they beat us. I think at Old Trafford too. You know, and I think it was that year that we didn't make it out of the group stages. You know, so it can happen. But the one that really hurt me was against PSG. because Ollie decided that Fred is doing a madness, but I'm gonna keep him, and that for me killed our chances. You know, it's
The
Ollie's
the one
fault.
thing the one
Definitely.
thing I will say about that, Dre, because I looked at it again, right? Because I felt exactly the same as you. I thought, it's a very naive decision to keep him on the field.
Mhm.
But I'm sure there must have been a conversation at halftime between Ollie and Fred in it. Like, if he genuinely thought that Fred wasn't able to keep it under control, I reckon he would have made the change. I think they had a talk at halftime and he trusted him. And the fact is, that second yellow he got wasn't a yellow. So technically, he shouldn't have been sent off for that one.
But
I
more so,
don't
we
care.
know
Listen,
we've all
bro.
been playing we've all played football before. We all
Mm.
know if the opposite team has a yellow card, we know we're gonna play to that. Especially if
Yeah,
there's a
I
chance
mean,
of getting
Exactly.
sent off.
so
So
Exactly,
that's
I
man.
just
the
think
naivety, bro.
Ollie should have. Ollie just, I think
You,
it was a schoolboy error. He wasn't
Yeah.
experienced enough to know this
you,
is
you.
like it's a Champions League
It's
night. Look, just get him off, and then do you know what I mean? Let's just
But
take
then
the
this is
blow.
the
But
other issue, though, because
it was a
at the
huge
level
mistake.
that our club is at, you shouldn't be making schoolboy errors. You shouldn't be learning on the
That's the
job.
chance we took with Ollie, isn't it? That's the
yeah.
chance we
Yeah,
took
eh,
with him.
that's
Well,
the position we're in.
Can I just disagree with you there, Brush? I think it was a yellow card. His first touch
You
was a
think
yellow
so?
card.
That one?
Yeah, his first touch was a yellow card.
Is it first?
You think so? Yeah. See, I didn't think the one that he actually got sent off for, he should have been sent off for.
No, you're not hearing me,
but
Brush.
the thing
Brush.
is, we shouldn't
Fred's
we shouldn't
first touch was a
we
yellow
shouldn't even
card.
be we shouldn't have to even debate that, because the thing is, it's not just like, there are sometimes players are playing and then they make up a bad tackle and they get carded, but going forward they are tidy. They don't cause you to worry. But for the whole half of football, Fred was doing a madness, and all of social media was like, "Get him off! Get him off!" I remember it like day, and I was so strict. And listen, as a manager, you have to learn from the mistake of others as well. I remember, I think it was Jose talking about when he was at Inter Milan, and Balotelli was there
Balotelli.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said Balotelli got a yellow card in the first half, and he said at halftime, he said to Balotelli, "Listen, don't tackle. Don't, regardless, just don't tackle." 46-minute red card.
Tackle.
you know, you have to know as a manager, it doesn't matter what your game plan was, you have to be able to assess the game and say, "Listen, no, this is not it. Fred, you're doing a madness." You can't just say, "Okay, I'm going to talk to the player and hope that he goes out there and not do a madness." Take him off, put somebody else on. You have a bench of players. You must be able as a manager to trust. If you have a squad of players and you can only trust 11 or 12, something is wrong with what you're doing.
And this is something we've seen over the past 2 seasons, his reluctance to use the bench and to rotate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the
get
season
in.
before last, all right, cool. Maybe you don't trust those men. Get new players in then, innit?
Yeah.
Ahmad's come in. What have you done with Ahmad?
Yeah. Go on,
Came on against AC Milan, got the big chance, scored the goal. Play the kid, give him a chance.
Yeah.
Go on,
Well,
Rich.
I think it is with Ollie. He's under a lot of pressure, man, and to get it
Yeah.
right. And I think it's a bit similar to how Gareth Southgate was, where he's scared to make that bold changes. You know what I mean? And that's what we're going to get with Ollie. We're going to get with Ollie. He's going to be very apprehensive to do stuff. He's going to try and do it the right way. To be fair to him, he's brought in a good youth system. He has give players, you know what I mean, some time. But I just think the problem was with our Champions Leagues time was the fact that at that time we were just relying on us getting. We didn't start our game until the other team scored, and it was just like a theme throughout the whole season.
Yeah.
And I think both our Champions League games, I think we went 2-0 down and then we scored, and then we went 1-0 down, and then I think they scored 2, and it was just like we were just relying on the players' momentum to just get us through like a special moment towards the end. And in Champions League, we all know you can't do that. Once you make a mistake, like you're gonna pay for it. Teams will shut up shop just to get that win. And I just think it was just a schoolboy error, man. And honestly, I was very much Ollie out last season, but this season I do feel like we're gonna see a lot different team. I think he's gonna be under pressure to play a lot differently. So
just before we get into like the main bulk of Ollie, let me just some comments. So Rayola is the one reason I wouldn't want Pogba to stay. Imagine we're in a title run and big man walks into a press conference talking about my client is looking forward to leaving on a free. Vibe says, "It's a Teletubby." Let's talk Paul Pogba. Let's talk Paul Pogba. He divides opinion like crazy. No one's questioning his talent, but the big question is, has he done enough in a Manchester United shirt? Some may say he hasn't had the players around him. And the one time he does have the players around him, he does well. Others will just say like he's lazy and so on and so forth. If you were Manchester United manager now, or the club, in this exact scenario now, would you keep Paul Pogba? And bear in mind, keep Raiola as a factor, by the way. Would you keep Paul Pogba or would you let him go?
I would try my best to keep him. But if that was not a possibility and he told me that he wanted to go, then I would get rid this window instead of letting him walk for free next year. Just so that, you get something back. And the quicker you act, the quicker you can bring in reinforcements.
So, yeah, I don't know. For me, I think for Pogba, he's been playing with the idea of leaving for how many years now? And I think if we let him go now, we're going to let him go for what? I think they're talking 40 million. Like, really, we made a huge loss on that. Personally, I would just keep him for this season. And, I think this is probably the best opportunity we've got of winning something like serious. So for me,
the one problem with keeping him though, bro, if he doesn't want to sign, he does a madness, say he does really well, come January now, the amount of media press coverage around that is going to be an absolute circus.
Yeah. But at the same time, if we do win something, he's going to be involved.
Yeah. I mean, for me, that game for France against Switzerland sums up Pogba perfectly. Like, he's capable of, doing an absolute madness. The vision, the passing range, the spectacular goal out of nowhere. But at the same time, he was the reason they conceded the equaliser. Like, he's got that in his game. So, that's something that people just have to accept.
You said he was the reason that he gave away the equaliser. There was Kimpembe and them man behind him. Like come on, I saw Kimpembe get spun, his legs were splitting and stuff. I'm like, what?
Bro, Kimpembe is a waste man, innit? But then obviously, if another midfielder kept hold of possession, it wouldn't have led to that, man. I mean, this is the thing, though, innit? Like, people get onto Pogba for anything, innit? So
I mean, for me, like, my situation is like, I think I would want him to stay, but I think he's chilling because of he wants to see where the club's ambitions at. Because I feel like when he came to the club in the first place, he was promised that we were going to build a team around him. He was a world record signing at the time, so like, I'm sure there would have been a conversation between him, Raiola, Woodward, and said, "Look, we're bringing you in. We're trying to build a new Manchester United, but we want you to be a part of it. We want you to be the head man." And it's just not materialized. Like, we've not brought in the correct players. And I feel like since Ollie's come, he's actually tried to drive it a bit more. And we're seeing the types of players that we want to see around him.
Don't you feel it has been built, though, with the likes of Andreas Pereira and Scott McTominay?
No, you're taking liberties, man.
You mentioned Pereira.
When Pogba came in, we had an aging Michael Carrick, we had an aging Rooney, Herrera, Fellaini. Like, those players have been shifted out. So I'm saying, see, look, and then people are saying that Pogba should be doing madness every game, and I'm like, no, what's he gonna do with them, man? He can't do anything.
No, listen, even with all the crap he's been given, Pogba put up numbers, bro. He done a madness. People just don't see that. For some reason, they're stuck on Pogba and this £90 million tag, bro. What the hell has Coutinho done for Barcelona?
Yeah.
What's Dembele done for them?
I don't even look at
what's Aaron Ramsey doing on 400k a week for Juve? Like, the amount of disrespect Pogba gets is mad.
The transfer fees, they don't matter anymore in football, man. It's literally about, like, what the players can actually do on the pitch. And I feel like Pogba, the things that he can do, he does very, very well. It's elite level. And then there's things that we're expecting him to do that he can't do physically. He just can't do it. So,
and honestly, I just think the people that are highly critical just never really saw him at Juve, innit?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, most of the people that speak on him, they don't watch football like that. Like,
they expect him from midfield to win you games single-handedly and score and assist in double figures per season, and he's not that guy. But the fact that he can do that from time to time she speaks to his qualities.
Just on that though, there's a massive argument that Bruno does that.
It's different though.
Bruno does
When
which
you,
one? What?
you have to pass the eye test
single-handedly and stuff like that. Now, obviously,
See,
Rush, you know my views. You know my views on Bruno, personally.
Brother, you know my views on Bruno, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm gonna put it out there. People are saying that what Pogba was supposed to do, Bruno's done it. That's what they're saying.
Wow. I mean, before Bruno came in, Pogba did it too.
That little stint, when Oli came in and like he was in the interim period.
When Oli played with no fear.
Pogba forced himself into the team of the season that year, the Premier League team of the season.
When Oli first came in and played with no fear and played attacking football, you saw the best of Pogba.
Because
the only time really Pogba went down was that season when he was injured for the majority of the year, and then Bruno came in, and it took some time to adjust and whatnot.
Yeah.
Brother Dre, before I come to you on the Pogba situation, Vibes here says, allow the eye test. I'll be happy to be Stevie Wonder with 40 goals and assists.
Wow.
Wow. Dre, what's your thoughts on Pogba? I think he might be muted, you know.
I just thought Dre was deep in thought there.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. All right. So concerning Pogba, it's kind of sticky for me because I like Pogba. I really would want Pogba to stay. But I think if it's going to cause an issue with the agent, if Pogba is willing to stay for the season and give 100%, all right, fine. Because honestly, it's neither here nor there for me if they actually get a fee for him, because I know that's going to go back into the club anyways. So that's neither here nor there for me. However, if Pogba is going to be injured, or his agent is going to be talking all this crap for the entire season, it would be best to just move on from Pogba and move on to somebody else for me. It's just that now it's going to be hard to determine what the situation will be, because we the fans won't have access to that kind of information, and Ali don't talk to us anyway. A matter of fact, if Ali talks to us, he's going to tell some kind of lie. Yeah, so it's kind of difficult for me as far as Pogba is concerned. I like the player. I wish he was more consistent over time for us. I understand sometimes when persons say, listen, what can he do with the players around him? But I think that's a cop out sometimes, because it's say take for example a Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish doesn't have the best players around him, but when that guy is playing, he's playing, and you can just see he's always consistently a level above everybody else. He's so good that he has players in his team, trying to emulate him. I see Matty Cash trying to get the same big calves and putting his socks all the way down below his shin and all these things. He has such influence. When he plays, I'm devastated that he's gone to City. But hey, it is what it is. But if we can have that level of consistency from a Paul Pogba, even for one season, last season, then I'd be happy, because it would be, one step closer to where we'd want to be.
Cool. Last two questions, and these are kind of like one-word answers for these ones, guys. So 2 questions on Pogba. Comment section, you could type in your responses for this as well. So, first question. If Pogba said, listen, let's see how the season starts, let's see how the season goes, and then I'll make my decision, would you keep him? Yes or no? Rush?
Oof. No.
Roland?
That's just mad. That's mad. What do you mean? Let's see how the season goes. So come December, like all the papers just go mad, yeah? No.
Roland?
I'd say keep him, man. Like he's I don't care about none of the media speculation. Like when he's good, he's very, very good, and you can clearly see he's better than everyone in our squad. Just give him the position on the pitch that he needs to thrive in, and you will see everything. So
But
Reese? We'll come to you, Dre. Don't worry, we'll come to you. Reese?
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm same as Roland. You know, I think, you know, if we got a chance of winning anything this season, Pogba has to be in it. So I'd say keep him.
Dre?
he made a good point just now about, you know, the position, and that's where, I am not Ollie out. I'm just I'd say Ollie, you gotta do better, you know. If he continues doing crap, I'll be Ollie out. But as far as positions are concerned, Pogba is playing left wing. Why is a top quality, high quality midfielder playing left? I mean, he does play well when he's there, to be honest. However, we shouldn't have Pogba. We shouldn't have these players playing out of position. So I think what Oli needs to figure out is, what will I need to do to get Pogba playing in that preferred midfield role? What do I need to do? What do I need to adjust? Who do I need to get to have Pogba playing where he should be playing? Because he doesn't play on the left wing for France. He didn't play on the left wing for Juve. So why is he doing that for us now?
Cool. Interesting. And I what I love about it is varying opinions, varying fan opinions, not disrespectful opinions. And this is what fan voice is about. Last question regarding Pogba. This might bring about a bit of a debate. You're now the manager of Manchester United. You don't regard contract lengths, anything like that. You can keep one of two players. Who are you keeping? Pogba or Bruno?
Pogba. It's not even a debate.
I'm keeping Bruno.
It's Pogba for me, man. Like,
I'm sorry, man. I'm keeping Bruno.
That's a hard one, man. I'm not gonna lie. Still,
I saw Reese thinking.
yeah, I was just like, right, that's a hard one. Do you know what? Just based on current form, for me, Pogba. Yeah,
I'll die on my hill.
You know what? I'm gonna come out and say something. Now a lot of people go, "Oh, but you're a Palace fan. What do you know?" Whatever. I don't care. There's a lot made about Bruno, and I'm not gonna disregard his stats, but to watch him play, personally, he's horrible.
say it again.
So let me clear the throat for this one. Personally, watching him play, he is horrible. And I'm
especially for us who grew up in the era of watching people who are technically gifted.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now
Yeah,
just
number 10s are spamming crosses and doing all these types of stuff.
Here's my reasoning. All right. I'm going to use my eagle eye here. He doesn't play as a midfielder anyway. He's normally the furthest man forward in the press.
Second striker is where he likes to play.
Now, honestly, because he plays like that, which Ollie allows him to do, don't get me wrong, I think that's the reason why you play McFred. Because
and there's mad gaps in midfield as well because of it.
The gap, 20, 30 yards. It is mad.
But I think this is where coaching comes in. If you when Bruno played for Sporting, he didn't play like he's playing for Manchester United.
No.
When he plays for Portugal, he doesn't play like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So this is where you as the coach say, listen, I see what you're doing. I know you like to do certain things, but we have got to keep a system. We have got to keep a shape.
Dre, in the
Because
Portugal team, that can't run, bro, because he's not the main guy.
Yeah.
The real guys like
exactly.
João Felix and Ronaldo will just tell him to sit down.
Yeah, but you don't need to be a main guy. This is a team, you know. So that's where Ollie needs to put his foot down and say, listen, this is what I need you to do. You understand? We have a system, we have a shape, we have a style that we are trying
Mm.
to you know, a certain playing style that we are trying
But if
to
you
put
see
down.
his attitude on the pitch, though, Dre, like he thinks he's the main man, and he gets easily frustrated as well when things aren't going his way.
Did you not see that
And
game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if he just
I
made
know.
some
He
simple
does that.
adjustments to his game, he would improve. But you know,
But I say this all the time. If he makes those needed adjustments,
mm,
Bruno, because I believe that Bruno is a technically gifted person, but he just tries too much and he doesn't know when to stop. You know, when you keep doing things
and
and
the
it's not
decision
working and you
making,
keep doing it.
sometimes he will try some craziness, and I'm just like, bro, just make the simple pass, man.
Exactly.
Mm,
But it all comes back down to coaching. And sometimes a player will know, but he'll still try to do the same crap.
yeah,
That's when the coach steps in and say, listen, no, you got to stop that. You can't do that. You understand? And if that was listen, if that was a Sir Alex Ferguson, all that would be fixed already. You don't just allow a player to go and do what
yeah.
they want to do. You know,
The
But
one
you know,
other thing I'd say about Fergie as well, he always updated his backroom staff. He always
exactly,
kept
man.
changing
but
assistant managers and
you know,
coaches and whatnot,
you know
and
what's
that's what we
important
need to
though.
see from him.
I think what's important for us to understand, and we all know that when Bruno came into the squad, he was seen as our savior. He came at a time where we was playing terrible. We couldn't score goals. We couldn't create nothing. He came in and made a huge impact, and
Yeah.
he's still running on that bait. But I think,
Yeah,
like, I know, I keep saying, but I believe next season will be a lot different. I think the Euros humbled him a lot.
Mhm.
I think the last part of the season humbled him a bit. But I genuinely think that he just came in and he was just seen as a savior. The pundits were talking about him, everyone was talking about him, Bruno this, Bruno that, and he just fed off that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he just saw everything that he done was perfect, innit? And it happens, innit? It happens. You come into a team where United we were playing so poor, so poor, and he just came in and changed the dynamics, you know. So, you know, I
and
think
people
next
get
season I
gassed
think
off
we'll
the
see a
numbers
different.
as well, bro.
Yeah, but I think next season we'll see a different Bruno. I think
He'll
we'll see a more Bruno that will be playing more for the team. Yeah, I'm
Well, I
saying not
hope
feeling
so.
like he's the
I
man.
think he'll dip off because like the level he's been playing at, regardless of like how he plays, he's been playing at a pretty high level. He's gonna dip off because I don't think many players can really maintain a level of form for 2, 3, 4 seasons like that. There's usually a
Right.
dip off point. So I think for him, he'll
Yep.
dip off, and this is where we're expecting some of our other players to now step up and perform to that same level. Because like this is the problem. We're gonna end up here, right, where if there's no coaching involved, we're going to be back to this whole individual brilliance thing, and we can't rely on that for the whole season because all players have bad days in it. So, and we've seen it in different points, and we can't do that again this season. That's the problem. So, coaching has to be involved, and I don't trust the coaches. You got Michael Carrick, Kieran McKenna, Mike Phelan. Them man, they're not doing nothing, man. I want Rennie Moulinsteins and Carlos Queiroses and that. Like them man there, they were the real guys. Like, and nobody could tell them nothing.
Well,
So
in defense of Bruno, a little bit though, there are many times, and well, everything comes down to coaching because there are times when Bruno makes some good pass, but because he's expecting a certain player to make a certain run, if that player doesn't make the run, it looks shit. Everything looks crap. I remember the time when we there was this free kick. Who are we playing again? I don't remember. I think it was Man City. And but the communication between him and Martial was so good that he just put that ball right over and Martial scored that
Mm.
goal.
yeah.
Martial doesn't make that run. That pass looked crap.
But these are the things that you work on in training, right?
Exactly.
He's a
And
perfected
that's what
on the training ground.
and that's the point I'm making now,
Yeah.
because I wonder what they do in training, because even
Mm.
some basic things like just passing the ball, they get wrong. I watched the last two preseason games. The last one, I think it was against was it QPR, or that was the
Brentford was the last one, I think.
Yeah,
okay.
Brentford.
But against QPR, we were being passed off the park, man. QPR looked
Mm.
like prime Barcelona against us. And I know it's preseason, but yeah, if you practice these things properly, you don't just forget because you don't play for a month how to pass a football.
Yeah, I mean, in pre-season, I don't really know what to say in it, because obviously half the players that are playing in pre-season we're not going to see during the season.
Yeah,
So,
but true, but it was the same thing anyway with the
yeah,
first team players.
yeah.
You
The
know,
one highlight for me though has been seeing Ilanga, and I hope he does get
Elanga, I
there.
love the guy. I knew the guy would be good because I do watch some preseason matches when I get the chance. You
Mm,
know, so I see guys like Elanga, and
yeah,
I have hopes for Mejbri Hannibal. You know,
Hannibal. He needs to go out on loan. He needs to play at a higher level.
yeah, I want these players to be getting games.
Mm,
At the moment we seem to be quite top heavy, and I wonder how it's going, because Ollie already doesn't play anybody other than his favorites. So I'm wondering
mm.
how these guys are gonna get playing
Hold,
time.
hold that thought, Bernard J, because we are, like I said, we're gonna come to Ollie.
All right.
Just real quick, and we'll have it as a yes no answer. If let's hypothetically say Bruno does get coached, does his output decrease?
No.
Do you mean in terms of his numbers? Because what do you
Yeah,
mean?
his
Because
numbers, yeah.
his
Like,
numbers will probably take a dip, but I think overall he'll be a better player. Like, you don't always have to be the guy that gets goals and assists to be influential, bro.
and that's true. Example, Paul Scholes.
Yeah, look at someone like an Iniesta.
Yeah.
Good point.
Most of the time, he was the guy who assisted the assister.
Mm.
He got the pre-assist.
Mm.
All right, let me just address through the comments. So Vibes here goes, I'm not hearing people complain about Bruno when we used to have Lingard and Andreas at number 10.
My
Big up to 0-0
Oh,
who's just subs. Big up to
Jesse's adamant to stay in it. I need him to go, man.
Are you man
Like,
disrespect?
respectfully.
You disrespect Jesse.
How-
It's not even on a diss thing.
we're
Like,
not going to
You don't disrespect Jesse too much, man. Nah.
no, it's
I'm
not
not
even a disrespectful thing, bro. It's actually out of love for him. I want him to go.
We're gonna discuss the ins and the outs. Don't worry, we're gonna get there too. I told you there's a lot to get off your chest. I told you we're gonna enjoy tonight. Jean Bernard looks good to me. Better than Mengi and Galbraith needs alone. Elanga for me should start versus Leeds. That passing comment is spot on. It is why I think Donny looks like crap in our team. He makes those movements and the players don't notice it, and he looks bad for it. Good point. Where am I at? Oh, what up, JG? He's out there. He's moving house and that. So big up to you. Thanks for tuning in. Pogba gets those pre-assists. Oh gosh. Lingard getting a cheeseburger without the burger. Lord help this guy out. Right. This might be another one. So I've called this McTominay versus Fred. Now, they're both not good enough. Just to make that clear. And I'm a Palace fan, right? They're both not good enough. For the levels where you want to go as a club and the type of centre midfielders you had before, they are both poor. However, if I was to pick one, I would pick Fred. But this is not about me. What's your thoughts on the matter?
But ultimately, where it comes down to, with the minor differences, I reckon they'll always go for Scotty because he's homegrown.
But who would
So Fred will be the one that makes way. Also, because Fred can probably command a greater transfer fee, and he's coming off the back of a great tournament for Brazil.
But who's better?
I would say Fred is better.
Pastor Frederick.
But if you're asking me who's going to stay, it's going to be Scotty. Like, Scotty's not leaving there till he's like 28, 29.
Pastor Frederick is better than McTominay. People were in my mentions.
It's not even a question who's better.
People were in my mentions talking about, Scott McTominay is this, that, and the other. I said, look, he should just aim to be like John O'Shea. That's his level.
That is his level. I mean, he's a rotation.
He's done well. Because John O'Shea won league titles and Champions League. Get to that level. That's all you should aim for.
McTominay's looking up at man like Nicky Butt, John O'Shea, Johnny Evans,
Darren Fletcher. Those people there.
Yeah.
Don't go any further than that. Everybody's talking to me like he's Pielo. I don't see it. Please.
Look, I don't think he's as bad as people make out as well. There were certain instances last season where he surprised me. I think, as a role player, he can do something, but
he's a good squad player, but that's it.
That is his level. He's a squad player. And because he's homegrown, he will get certain leeway opposed to others.
He's got the Scottish connection, man, with Fergie and that, always in the manager's ear and that, talking about play him, man. Like, come on.
Can I ask a question?
Go on, Dre.
Who would you take out of Scott McTominay and Tom Cleverley?
Cleverley, bro.
I'm taking Scott over Cleverley.
No,
you take Scott over Cleverley.
I'm taking Scotty over
and I'm almost sure that people would probably take Scott McTominay over Anderson.
Not early Anderson. Early Anderson was a sick guy,
Anderson was a sick guy earlier in his career, and then he
the injuries, the attitude, the off-field party, and it all caught up to man.
Right, So, but I think Scott would edge it because at least Scott knows how to look after himself. He has that kind of mentality and awareness. I asked the question because we won the league with a midfield of Anderson, Scott McTominay, Michael Carrick. Park Ji-sung was, he's that utility player for Ferguson. Tom Cleverley was a big part of that midfield for Ferguson.
Dre, we won the league with Robin van Persie, bro.
Robin van Persie scored the goals, but Robin van Persie didn't.
I think he got over 30 goals that season.
Yes, true, but he didn't take that ball from midfield. Okay, Robin van Persie got service.
But we had Vidic and Ferdinand.
It doesn't matter. The fact is, Robin van Persie got good service. The point I'm making is
really as well.
So awesome.
The point I'm making is the same point I've been making all day. Well, night there. It's down to proper. I am sure and positive. If you, let's say Manchester United sells Scott McTominay to another club. Let's say that Scott McTominay goes to a Bayern Munich or a Borussia Dortmund. It's
Dre, if he leaves us, bro, he's going to Newcastle.
No. Hold on, wait. Let me finish. Let me make the point. Let me finish. Listen, Serge Gnabry was playing for Arsenal. Arsenal is dead. Okay,
but he had something.
No, but Gnabry was.
No, but he had something about him though. That's just one that Arsenal let slip.
And people didn't even realize he had something until he went to Bayern.
Arsenal known to let players slip though, bro. But the point, he came up through the Arsenal academy.
The point I'm making, bro, is that some of these players that we slag off sometimes, all they need is proper guidance, and then you'll see them shine.
I'm saying he has his uses, but as a squad player, he's nothing more than that.
McTominay's level is what we saw. Like the highest bit was what we saw last season. That's it. That's it.
I don't think he's going anywhere. I think we'll keep him for a long time.
So
let me just say, regarding McTominay now, I don't know. It seems like a lot of people that believe that McTominay is good either are not Man United supporters or they don't watch the game. Because I don't know about you guys, when you watch the game, his passing and technical ability is so it's below par. It's so poor. And I see even times where he just makes a misplaced pass, and I can just see Pogba just looking away like, what am I playing with? Like, and I feel him, man. Honestly, like it's so frustrating. Like, don't get me wrong, he gets himself about. He's got heart. Get himself into the box. He's over 6 foot, so he'll get a couple of headers. You know what I mean? But the guy
I'm not saying he's the answer, I'm not.
I'm not saying he's the answer neither. And I don't. But honestly, I'm similar opinion with Brush. Like because he's come through the academy, that's why he's going to get his chance.
Yeah.
But if he was
and
an
his
academy
attitude
player,
as well. He's a guy who
obviously,
says all the
he
right
works
things
hard and stuff like that. And sometimes you need that. You need that, just like in training and stuff. When you got a player that just works hard, do you know what I mean? The whole team's going to feed off that. But technically ability, oh man, it's shocking. Honestly, like everyone here has played football, I'm sure, but bro, he's passing.
The guy rolls his foot over the ball as if he's gonna do.
Oh man, even his positioning is poor.
That's not in your
Even his position.
Why are you doing this?
Honestly,
he's not as young as people think as well. He's like 24. He's just got a baby face.
Yeah. Reece, who you taking, Fred or McTominay?
Oh, bro, Fred all day long, man. Honestly, like Fred. Listen, Fred will at least Fred will give us one or two like outstanding performances. Yeah. McTominay, I can't really think of the thing is as well. People will go crazy because the people will go crazy because McTominay, only because he scored. If they watch the whole game, bro, he's made about 10 misplaced passes. He's done some mad runs, but he's got a header. So everyone's just gonna go crazy.
And there's that romanticism about the United DNA and coming up through
all of that. Yeah, I'm saying squad of 92 and all that. Come on, bro. He's gone, man. Yeah, forget about it, man. Fred all day long, man.
Dre, who you taking, Fred or McTominay?
No, I'm gonna take Fred still. I was just making a point that listen, for me, McTominay can be a very good squad player, but I'm thinking that with better coaching, he could be an even better squad player. Is the point?
Bro, with better coaching, half our team would be better, man.
Yeah, to be fair, Dre, the way you came from the seat, I thought you were team McTominay,
Yeah, same.
All right.
You see, everybody's now agreeing that the coaching is abysmal, bro. I just can't guess that. Coaching is abysmal.
You see what I told you at the start about vibes? Yeah.
Yo, this comment's mad. Nah.
If Fred shoots, we take money away from the church roof fund.
Nah, it's comment's mad. Stop now, man.
We need Vibes to call in one of these days,
Listen, I am waiting patiently for Vibes to call in. Absolutely.
But you know what with Fred, bro? Fred is, I don't know, but Fred is always in the right position at the edge of the box to take that shot. Like, why is it that nobody else gets on the edge of the box like Fred? You hardly see Bruno or Pogba getting all those chances right at the edge for top bins. It's like, I don't know.
Trey, I used to get the same vibes of Park Ji-sung. He was always the wrong player in the right place. He always used to get into such sick positions, but then you look up and you think, oh, it's Park. No, I'm not even going to watch.
I think Fred scored like 2 goals or something for United, Only 2 goals for United, I think Fred scored. That goal that he scored against Spurs, the goals he scored against Spurs, wait. He nearly missed it.
The funny thing with Fred as well, in his earlier days, he was actually an attacking midfielder. So you'd think he would be more efficient going forward.
Wan-Bissaka used to be.
Well, that's what I was just going to say.
I'm just going to let you know. I just want to say it.
As a Palace fan,
Wan-Bissaka was a winger, bro.
Sorry. As a Palace fan, we have no Aaron slander.
No, there's no slander.
No Aaron slander.
I said he used to be a winger.
As much as I call him Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
McTominay was a striker, I heard.
Oh god.
He was a what?
He was a striker. I heard he started off as a striker.
No. I don't know where he started off in goal. I'm telling you, he started off in goal. I'm telling you, he was a goalkeeper. He was a goalkeeper.
Listen, before we look at Ollie's new contract and the repercussions of all that, there is one player, and as well as Pogba, that's dividing opinion massively, and that's Anthony Martial. Do you keep him, or do you sell him on?
I
What's the
keep
plan?
him. I love Martial, man. I think that on his day, listen, Martial, when he, I remember when he came, when he just came to Manchester United, and he scored that goal against Liverpool. I almost lost myself. I was like, man, I felt like the commentator that day. You remember the reaction from the commentator, and he was, and yes, like. I'm like, was that a Manchester United fan, commentating? I almost lost myself. And then for the whole season, I think he scored 17 goals for that season. And it hasn't, especially last season, it didn't really work out that well for him. But I'm not going to slag him because of that, because things can happen, man. And I think he deserves another chance. I'd give him another chance to buckle down and try to get things going again. What? Shit.
That's so funny, man.
Vibes is
That's so funny.
That's cold, man. Yo, just leave Martial alone,
That's
brother. Just
funny.
allow the man.
Oh my days.
Martial is a bad boy, though. Yo, that
That's
Martial is
funny.
a bad boy.
Yo.
But listen, Martial is a baller. All right, Martial is a baller. He's one of the best at close control in the squad. He's one of the best at close. What's wrong with these man?
Bro, that is mad.
Sorry, Drake.
Bro, nah.
I'm to them, man.
Boy.
You cannot be promoting badness, man.
Guys, I need to compose myself somehow. Right. I am going to drop the link for guys. So, guys, I'm going to allow people to come in, call into, maybe even challenge what you've said as well and stuff. But we'll get through our topics soon. I know Hamza might be bedtime soon for you. Bless Hamza. He lives in Egypt, by the way. He's 15 years old, Man United fan. He's got his own channel as well, United Community. And I think Egypt are 1 hour ahead, so I'll bear that in mind and such. But yeah, big up to you, Hamza. Sorry, Dre, I didn't mean to take you off your, but oh man.
No, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Vibes is too funny, man.
Yeah, we're enjoying ourselves. That's good. I mean,
absolutely. Reese, what are you saying about Martial?
Yeah, for me, bro, I think this is the time to cash in on him, man. Do you know what I mean? I think we will get a good fee for him. I just think for the time that he spent at United, remember he's been here since like Van Gaal days, So it's like he's in there. He's had a long time to prove himself. I just think he's been so inconsistent. Like he'll have a good game and then have a bad game. It's almost like whether he wakes up on the right side of the bed, then he's gonna play. But I just think for what we need going forward, we need consistency, man. You know what I mean? I just think that he can't give us that. So for me, cash in, man. This is the best time. I think there's a few clubs that will take him right now. Perfect opportunity.
That's a Britney Spears, Wow. Man say free Britney, free Martial. What? Nah.
Big up to the comment section. They're active. Roland, what are you saying, Martial?
This is his last season to prove it for me, because I feel like since he's come to the club, he's been shifted around a bit. So started off as a striker, went out to the left wing, back to the striker again, and then last season where he suffered was because he set up to play as a striker. He bulked up during the summer, then he got shifted out to the left wing, and then like because obviously Cavani's coming, so then it just looked lost. Like because obviously you're big and you're now slower, and like you can see now in the pictures that we've been seeing, he's leaner, and it looks as if he's going to be playing off the left predominantly this season because Cavani is going to play, and I feel Greenwood will rotate with him because Sancho's going to be on the right. So this is his last season to prove something, but we keep him there because if he does perform well, then he's stay in the squad. If he doesn't, then it might be a little make weight thing for the Haaland deal, maybe next summer. You never know, because obviously if Chelsea might get Lukaku, then Haaland's options are kind of shortening. So you'd never know. Like we need a striker. Cavani's leaving, so it's one of those ones. It's kind of I would say leave him in the squad for now. Let's see how he performs because he's leaned down and he's ready. He looks ready anyway. He's gotten over the injury, so.
Rush.
For me, Martial's wavy. I know he's that. You know, we've had the issues with inconsistencies and whatnot, but you know, he's been messed around with positioning and that over the years. He's had his shirt taken off him. But you know, more often than not, he's impressed me. He's done all right, man. I like him. But having said that, he is on 220 a week, and if the right opportunity presents itself, then you know anyone's up for sale, isn't it? It's one of those. But I mean, I would give him this season. I saw 1 or 2 pictures of him in training, and that he's shaved off his hair. You know, when people stop giving a F about their hairline, bruv, you know they're serious.
Yeah, man, look weird with the ball head.
He does. You know when he can't be bothered with the fade, bruv, you know it's on, bruv. Jadakiss, DMX.
Yeah.
That's how man's coming this season.
Okay, I hear you.
Bruv. Martial's got a point to prove. I think he knows it. He's gonna come hard this season, I reckon.
Man's gonna be like DMX, yo. Man's gonna, y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
Yeah, no, I think he's one of those, isn't it? Like I do think he gets disrespected a lot. He's a talented player. Obviously, last season wasn't the best, but we didn't really play to his strengths either last season.
Listen, and my thing also, I mean, if we're talking about inconsistencies, it goes right back to Pogba. If you can make a case for keeping Pogba, then you definitely can make a case for keeping Martial because Martial has not been.
Dre, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question, Dre. Yeah,
sure.
We're 1-1, yeah, and we've got 5 minutes to go. Manchester derby. We've got Pogba on the bench or Martial on the bench. Who are you bringing on to get that goal?
Martial.
Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna put Pogba on the bench?
Martial is the forward.
How many times has Martial come off the bench and scored? I'd like to know that.
I can't say right now because I can't remember, but I know that
But
Martial.
I don't think it's. I don't believe it's many. I don't
see Pogba coming off the bench and scoring many goals either. You know, the point I'm making though.
Pogba make a bigger impact. He'll not just on the team. I mean, not just on himself, but the team. If Pogba comes on, the team are going to straight away play better.
The honest truth is it's just last season for me that Martial was mad inconsistent. But before that, Martial was wavy, bro. Martial was scoring some sick goals. Martial was scoring goals that no one should ever be scoring. Okay, so I mean, Martial. If I need a goal, I'm taking and he's on the bench. He's the one I'm calling to do that. When we weren't getting any service before Bruno was here, Martial was taking balls from deep midfield, shifting everybody, putting it in the top corner. That's the thing that I see Martial getting a ball and he think that okay, he won't do anything with it again, and he chips it between 2 defenders and the keeper couldn't even react because he didn't even know that was coming. You know, that's the brilliance of Anthony Martial. So yes, he was inconsistent, but I believe that he means business, and I'm willing to give him another season to prove he's worth it, man.
Cool. You know what, we're gonna whiz through the last few points because I think we might even have to do a part 2 of this because this has been a vibe. Just a few comments. You know, Coach Cho, now, this is a Doncaster Rover fan. His energy levels, mad. If you want energy, check out this guy. Forever DRFC is his other channel, Doncaster Rovers fan. He's doing great stuff. Martial has scored off the bench a lot. If you know, you know. You can tell he had to sit review look like? It took a while, innit?
You shouldn't do it to the boss. You shouldn't talk about the man for the bench, you know,
Nah, for
No
me,
progress, no
he's got to
progress.
go, man. Get the money we can now, man. I think there's better players out there.
Again, I can't even talk about money because those cretins will not reinvest that money.
Saying that, look how much money we have spent though since Oli. You know what I mean? Like they're giving him the money. To be fair, like compared to other teams, you look at Spurs. You know
Well,
what I
that's
mean?
true enough. But if my wife is asks me for money because she needs say for example she needs a new watch, her watch is broken, and I go buy her shoes, yeah, I spent money, but I didn't get her what she needed.
I like that.
Yeah.
I bet she's gonna keep the shoes and tell you to go get her a watch though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. See, look, that's exactly what's
Yeah.
happened. This is exactly what's happened. You're giving me a player, yeah. You say, okay, I'll keep him, but I want another one, innit? And this
Yeah.
Exactly, because I still need the player that I needed
it's
before.
mad. Yeah, it's
But
mad.
Dre, I
Yeah.
bet your wife uses the shoes correctly.
Yeah, she does. She's smarter
Yeah.
than Ollie.
Right. I did say we're gonna come into Ollie. So the last couple of topics, we're gonna talk Ollie. You're gonna name the 3 players you want out your club the quickest. All right. And then we will say where you think you're gonna finish next season, and then we'll open the phone line. So we'll be really quick with this. So guys in the comment section, those who want to call in, give it about 5 minutes, we'll bring you in, guys. Okay, so Ollie, you got a 3-year deal. Thoughts on that and whether it was deserved, whether it's not, how well do you think you'll do? Anyone can take the floor on this one.
It is what it is, isn't it? For me, I would like to have just seen out this season and then revisit the issue in May, depending on how he done this coming season. Because I don't think there was any need to rush that deal. Because I'm not really afraid of losing him. Like, who's gonna come in for him?
Exactly.
Like, he's there because of his connections to our club. Like, I don't think like other Premier League clubs are gonna holler at Ollie. So, you know. So that's what I would have done. But, you know, a 3-year deal, cool. It is what it is. But people have been given deals and been sacked as well. So, you know, we're in the exact same boat, I reckon. They gave Jose a new deal and then sacked him.
Good point. Roland?
I agree with Brush, but the reason why I think they gave him the deal was because continuity in it. So if you want to bring players in, you have to give them assurances that the manager in place is continuing the process type of thing, innit? So I don't think we attract Varane if he knows that the manager's only got a year left, because then if he's bringing me in and a new manager comes in and doesn't want to use me, for example, I know that's not going to happen with him, but let's say it with other players, they'll be like, oh, I'm not really sure, I don't want to go there. So I think that's why they gave him the deal. But I 100% agree with Brush. I don't feel like it was really needed to happen. Like at that point, you could have let it run for like 6 months and then renewed in January or whenever if performances are going well and we're competing in that. So yeah, but it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. And like he can still get sacked dependent on results and how we go. So we'll see that.
Reese?
Yeah, I'm the same, man. I just think the deal was superficial. I think it was just to kind of, you know, just show that they were, you know, they're sticking with Ollie. But at the end of the day, if a top manager comes about and the results ain't good, we all know Ollie's gone. Yeah, I'm saying, especially this season. So
I'm not too sure, man. This guy's dodged many bullets, you know.
He has.
Yeah,
But I do think though this season is make or break for him, man. And I think the deal is just superficial, man. I mean, I don't think it's anything.
He always pulls out his best results as well when he's under pressure.
It's so true, isn't it?
Mad one.
That Everton, you know that Everton game after we lost against Istanbul, yeah?
Even his
And
deal,
we won that game. I was like,
came
yo.
that way. Even his deal only came when he was winning, you know. It was, man.
Yeah. Bernard?
I mean, I don't think he deserved a new deal. I understand why they gave it, because at the end of the day, he finished second in the league, right? So, if you're looking at it from that standpoint, you say, well, he's second, so he did well. But I don't think he did well. But it shows the mindset also of the people because of the owners. Because they are not footballing people. They won't analyze it from a footballing perspective. I think that Ole caused a lot of the problems that he had in the Ole was playing players who were injured. You have a squad to choose from, and you're playing players who could be basically walking on crutches. Rashford injured, Lindelof has a bad back, you know, and you have players who can do a job. You have Axel and Sabi who pocketed Neymar and Mbappe, and after doing so well, you bench him again. Yeah, and we didn't see him for months, and then people start to criticize him. People have very short memory because they start to criticize him um when he made, I don't remember what match it was, and they were saying, "Oh, see, that's why Oli doesn't play him." Man didn't play for months. It's not much sharp. So I don't believe that Oli really deserves um a new contract. And we know that football contracts don't really mean much because people are still gonna get sucked. But guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna have to, if you suck Ole, say for example he does crap, and you suck him by Christmas, you're still gonna have to pay him a whole lot of money. Wherein if you just allowed him to continue being coach, see how it goes. If you sack him, there's not a whole lot of payout. So these guys, all they do is take dividends and waste money when it comes to the club. So that's my thing on Oli. He doesn't deserve a contract, but it is what it is, and I just hope for the best. I hope that he, um, changes how he does things, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. You might want to address this at in future, but apparently you're all in. All right. Just quickly, without a reason, 3 players you want out your club, and this could
Phil
include
Jones.
I was just say Phil Jones.
1 second, bro.
Jones is gone, man. That don't count.
I think that's unanimous, Rich.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So 3 players you want out. 2 now, because obviously Phil Jones is unanimous.
I didn't even remember about Phil Jones.
1 player you would want in, because you've already got like Sancho and Varane, but what 1 player you want in? So 2 you would want out, and 1 you would want in.
What? Just any signing, like fantasy or realistic?
Let's go. Let's a bit of both. Fantasy, but let's try and be as realistic as you can.
For me, that would be Wilfred Ndidi, but I can't see it happening.
Okay.
I'll settle for a Ruben Neves though.
Yeah. Who's the 2 that you would want out? Because apart from Phil Jones.
Ideally, if we're getting a DM in, I'd like Matic to go, but I can't see that happening. And Lingard, but not because I think he's a bad player. I just think he's at an age now where he deserves first team football, and he's not going to get it at our club.
Okay. Roland?
Players out, Andreas Pereira, and who else? I want to say Mata, not because he's bad. Like, I feel like he has something to offer. It's just you can tell he wants to go back to Spain, man, and retire, man. Like he just wants to go back. But and then like 1 player in, like I'd say Ndidi, like that's the only one I see, just because he's like the perfect player that we need for that midfield. Like I don't think there's anybody else that is realistic that we can get that can do that job. Like the only other person I'd say is Verratti, but we're never getting him, or Marquinhos. We're never getting them. So
yeah, Reese.
Yeah, definitely Pereira, Andres Pereira, man. He needs to go, bro. Oh my days, he's making a living. Daniel James as well. Oh my days, terrible, man. Serious, bro. It's not even funny, man, bro. So when you watch these guys, I don't even know how these guys are professional football players, honestly.
I was hoping Dan would at least go out on loan.
Yeah, nah, he needs to just go, bro. Serious.
Yeah.
We did. You know what we signed him?
But you know what it is, though? I feel bad, innit? I feel bad because
he must feel bad, bro. Bro. I know. You know what it is. He's just amongst elite players, and he's just a fish out of water, man. Honestly,
I know. traded.
And you know,
Honestly,
you know,
honestly, if
why?
anything, the guy who scouted him, he needs to get clapped.
No,
It's
no.
Ryan
Do you know
Giggs.
how he's got gutted? We all know how he got scouted. That one video where he ran about, I don't know, bro. He was
About
like
80
Is
yards,
it
yeah.
against
Bro,
road
he was
runner.
playing in the
Yeah,
Against
championship.
he played
He
road
came from
runner. Yeah,
Swansea.
and
That
he
is
ran
a
the whole
level.
entire pitch. That was the only time. But yeah, anyway. So Daniel James, Andrew Pereira, and I know they wouldn't get rid of him, but McTominay, man, the guy frustrates me every week. But to get in, for me, that the young French player from Rennes,
Camavinga.
Camavinga, Camavinga, yeah. I feel like he is going to be a top player, man. From what I've watched a
Yeah,
few videos on him on YouTube, and he looks like a top player, man.
real
18 years,
top prospect.
yeah, man. He's
We would do
18 as
well to
well.
get him.
He's 18, and I feel like this is the time to get him because he wants to play with Pogba. Like he spoke highly of Pogba already, bro. Get him in, man. Yeah, I'm saying. I think Pogba will relish that as well, mentoring someone like him. Like honestly, I think he's the guy we need, man. But yeah, that's me.
Before I come to you, Dre, for me, the reason why I feel, and I agree with you, Reese, with Dan James, the moment I realized he wasn't it was when he decided to celebrate against us.
Oh, that picture. I see man grabbing him.
It's a Martial
Get back, bro.
No, but you know what was funny? He's celebrating because scoring an equalizer against Crystal Palace at
I
home,
know.
only
still
for you to lose.
We still lost.
Yeah.
Van Aanholt scored the winner. I was pissed. I was pissed.
Listen, the kid's living his dream, innit? He's got the golden ticket. He's
Yeah,
at
we
Willy
know.
Wonka
Like
factory.
when he goes into training every day, he's smiling. He's like, I made it here.
I know.
Bro, every
I know. You
morning,
can't
bro,
even
he
believe it.
thinks of himself. He's like,
I
right.
said,
Yeah.
I think
He
He must be
Yeah.
thinking
Swansea,
one day
I'm
I'm
in
gonna.
Manchester.
I think he's gonna think one day there's gonna clock his sister. I'm not the one, and just say, you know what, we made a mistake, man. Yeah.
Bro, if I was him, I'll be smiling too, man. Same with Lee Grant. Have you seen how happy Lee Grant is, bro?
Hey, Lee got living his
bro.
life.
Yeah.
Bernard Dre,
Yo, you
who's
see,
going? Who's coming in?
Ryan Giggs. Yes, Ryan Giggs scouted Dan James. This man,
Wow.
this man,
It's a bit,
this man,
it's a bit mad.
this man scout players like he scouts his relationships, man. That Dan James has got to go. If anything, he should go to the Olympics, man. That's his flavor, you know. Go to the Olympics, bro. He has got to go. Andreas has got. I really liked Andreas back in the day, but you know he has got to go as well. And Matic has got to go. I'm not mentioning Phil Jones because he's been gone for years, man. He's been gone for years. But I agree. The one player that I'd want to see right now, along with the two we've signed, is Camavinga. The boy is good.
He can play.
He's an absolute beast. He's box to box. He can do. I believe that he can do everything in that midfield, man. You know, he's
Very
an
good
all
player.
rounder in that midfield. Very, very good. So if we could get that boy in, Ollie will still play Fred and McTominay.
Cool. All right. Last bit before we open up the call lines. And obviously just give a number for this. If the transfers stay as they are, where do you finish in the league?
Third.
I think fourth, man. We need that DM. We need that DM defense midfielder.
Bernard Dre's in deep thought, you know.
Bro, I feel
I'm being
reckless.
generous with that third as well.
I feel reckless like KG, bro. Yeah. I feel like we can win the league, bro.
Wow. 21 and 22, yeah, Dre.
That's old, you know.
That's straight KG vibes.
Yeah, I feel reckless. But on a serious note though, I think that squad can achieve a whole lot. And I've been consistent with it because, as you know, what I've said about the squad for last season, you know, but it's going to take some changes by Ole, some change of thought, application, attitude. You can no longer be a coward. You have to go out there and you have to get some real tactics now as a coach. You have to understand that you have a squad of 20 odd players. You have to know how to utilize that squad. You have to know how to, if a player is not on form, get that player. If all that you're doing, that player is still not up to scratch, you have to know when to replace a player. Put that player on the sidelines for a moment, and get them to recover behind the scenes. But you have to use your squad. You have to know when to change tactics, when to change plans, and for God's sakes, don't play a whole game of 90 and not make a sub.
Jay, do you have a personal beef with Ollie?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Listen, I love Ali. Ali is one of my favorite players, past players for the club. But it's not personal for me. It's just that I'm frustrated with the fact that if I can see, I am not a coach, but I have a little bit of sense. And if I can see something, and you're the coach, you're the professional, and you're not able to see it, then it frustrates me, and I have to talk about it. So it's not a personal thing against Ollie. It's just that I want him to do better. That's why I'm saying I'm not Ollie out. I'm just Ollie. You gotta do better. That's my stance right now.
Brilliant. Okay.
And we've seen the blueprint as well of what a changing coach and better training and tactics can do to a team. Look at what Tuchel came into at Chelsea.
Exactly, bro.
With essentially the same team that Lampard left behind, he took them to a Champions League.
Which means I'm justified in saying we could have won the league. We were at top of the league and by a couple points too. So if we applied ourselves, then we could have won it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it would be a different trajectory, Dre, if we had a different manager.
Yeah. True.
Like if we had like a Carlo Ancelotti, it would be a different thing.
Absolutely.
We could say with confidence because he's got a proven track history that we're going to do something this season.
Yeah, we got a first guest, by the way, guys. Go on, Dre. Then I'll bring in the guest.
No, I was just gonna say that. Just imagine that Sir Alex Ferguson had this squad that we have now. Because I'm telling you right now that the last squad that and I'm not talking about individuals now, but the last squad that we used to win in 2012-13 is not as good as a squad that we have now. If Sir Alex Ferguson had this squad, we would be doing bits. I honestly believe that.
That's a fair comment. Welcome, Hamza.
Hamza, good.
I've been, I had a lot of things to say, but I gotta do it quick because it's like 12:30 in the morning. And I have to wake up 3 hours later. I have to wake up 3 hours later because I have training. So I'm gonna do it quick. Just got a few points that really touched me today, as always. Pogba, Bruno, what? You want to keep Pogba, who's done so well 5 seasons, and you want to get rid of Bruno. Bruno has done more than two seasons than Pogba has ever done. What are you on about?
He wants to address this.
I'm gonna have a
no,
sip.
I'm just waiting because it's weird, Like Pogba, we say that he's one of the greatest talents on his day. When is he on his day? He's inconsistent, and I agree with Bruno missing passes, and Pogba always misses the ball in midfield and always get counterattacked. Just like in the France versus Switzerland, when Switzerland got the third goal and Pogba slipped, and he was blaming Varane, this and that. It's kind of weird, but I think we shouldn't put ourselves into those arguments. And second thing I just want to touch on was Ole. Now Ole finished second with Bangalore and McFred. What do you think he's gonna do now with Varane and Sancho?
He's gonna play Magaluf and McFred.
No, bro. You've got Sancho now. You've got Ilanga. We've got now Jesse's looking likely he's gonna stay at Manchester United. There's no way he's gonna play the Pogba left wing.
But
He
Hamza,
can't.
you need to look at the other teams as well, bro.
Yeah, City just got Grealish.
Liverpool had mad injuries last season, and now Van Dijk's back. They've got Canate in as well. Fabinho
Chelsea
back
get
to midfield.
Lukaku. It's over.
Yeah.
Chelsea get Lukaku.
Jack
Chelsea
Grealish-
have a better
Jack
coach,
Grealish-
and they're still in the market looking for a striker.
And what
Man City
makes us
are already on
wait,
a mad run.
what
Where's
makes
Harry
us
Kane?
think?
Did I say?
But
did
hold
I
on,
say-
what makes us think that Sancho is going to hit the ground running?
Did I say we're
He's
gonna
not
win the
though.
league?
Like he's gonna take
Did I
time
say
to
we're gonna
adapt.
win the
Of course
league?
he
In
is.
my
He's spent all his time learning his trade in Germany, bro. He's going to come back to the Premier
This
League.
is why I
He's
say
gonna
it's
take
time for
league.
time for him to
Don't put
adjust.
him under
innit?
pressure.
Hold on,
Let him land and let him feel his
Same
way
with
into
Varane,
it.
bruv. Varane's going to struggle. I'm telling you now. Mark my words. Yeah, Varane is going to struggle in the Premier League. I'm telling you now.
Because you know what? Yeah, he's
He's
always
going to
had.
struggle.
I
Bro,
hope not.
Man had
honestly,
Casemiro
he's
in front
going
of
to
him. Yeah,
struggle, bro. I'm telling
man
you
had
now.
Casemiro in front of him.
Bro,
And
it's a
he's going
different
to
type of
McFred.
league, bro. It's a different
going
type
to
of league.
McFred.
He's not a
Wait.
physical player. He's not a physical player, bro. I've watched Varane and the highlights of Varane in the Liga, bro. He, like you said, he's relying on players like Casemiro, and he doesn't have any physical presence up front, bro. You think he's going to be doing any good against Chris Wood and them kind of
That's what I was
madmen
going
like
to
that,
say. Chris Wood and them, man, are going to put him on.
bro?
But
It's a
is he going
different
to do
type
any
kettle of
worse
fish.
than Lindelof, though, Reece?
No, but
I'm just-
to be fair, Lindelof has grown into that
why
position.
Maguire is playing next to Varane? Is it because for physicality and strength? This is the centre back complement. Maguire is too strong. Varane is too quick. That's why we needed Varane. Varane needed to add this pace.
That's
Now
fine.
you're gonna
But
go
then,
on with
what about
Chris-
in front of him? What about in front of him? That midfielder in front of him. He had Casemiro. He doesn't have that. Who's
Then
he
it's
got?
tactics. It's called tactics.
And it's
That's
Liga.
now down
You-
what you're
you-
talking
we
about.
have to
That's
understand
now
there's
down
only
to
3
Ole.
teams in the
Now,
Liga.
hold on.
With the rest,
Hold on. Varane coming into Manchester United will make Manchester United more progressive forward because now we've got Jadon Sancho. I think he's gonna play way too much because you won't go for Jadon Sancho the season after when you left him and you say like you're keen on wanting him and you were willing to spend 120 million but you couldn't because the board didn't want to pay that money. Now I think Jadon Sancho is gonna play like most likely what Rashford played last season, which is wrong, but I think he's gonna do it. So now we've got
Where? You mean on the left?
if he plays on the left, he plays on the left. We've got many options. Like you've got now Martial can play left wing and striker. Jadon Sancho can play left wing and right wing. We've got Ilanga, who's I think is ready. So I think we've got loads of options. So there's no excuse to not use Pogba in the midfield, which we get the best out of. Now I know it's an unpopular opinion.
Do you
and I'm
know who's the
just-
manager?
Yeah, Ole Gunnar
Julius
Solskjaer,
Timberlake
who
thing,
got
yeah.
second with Vanderbuff and McFred, and he's gonna prove everybody wrong this season. I'm not jumping for
I
this,
hope
you know.
I hope he proves me wrong. I'm dying for him to prove me wrong.
likewise.
Yeah.
Everybody. Now I want to say something else. What was that? I forgot. Now, yeah, I remember. This is an unpopular opinion, and I remember that day in KG was one of the worst days in my life.
You see this?
You're gonna
Timberlake
get kicked out, man. You're gonna get kicked out.
You're not taking liberties, you know. You got to put respect on Carlo Lukaku's name, man.
People just respect the opinion, and then kick me out because I want to get.
No, we're not laughing at you, bro. We're
It's
laughing
not
at
you,
No,
Hamza.
The comments.
No,
No, in the comments, Hamza.
people are disrespecting Lukaku in the comments, man.
The
it's
comments.
not
The
good.
comments.
I'm not gonna kick them out. I'm loving this.
Yeah, of course you are, because you're a Palace fan.
Vibes is gonna go mad, you know. Anyway, now I said at that day that the only person who stepped up in this Europa League final was no.
It's true though. Like you know when he had one of the a ball in the corner, and he was trying to do a little hold up thing, yeah, and he tripped over the ball. It's them things, but he shouldn't be doing that. That's what I'm saying. when I say Timberland boots, I get you. I hear you in it. The first touch was a bit off, yeah, but it ain't no Timberland boots thing.
And you
man.
know, every time he
Goal.
does it at Inter Milan, he always says, "Oh man, why are you doing this?" He always shouts at people when he doesn't get his first touch right. Which
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway, now what I'm saying is, now I'm gonna kicked out anyway. McTominay. Calm down. Scott McTominay has stepped up in one of the most important games this season. Last season, sorry. It's the Europa League final, and he was the only man to step up and play like a man.
Yeah, I'm not having that.
Yeah, he's got to go, bro. When I'm hearing about Scott McTominay stepped up, I was like,
I mean, look, watching the game, he was running around, didn't it?
he must have watched the highlights, man. He must have watched the highlights, bro.
But fam, that game,
You know
what I saw,
That game was dead.
it was lost. Bruv. The whole thing was. I was like, and then when the substitution came on 100 minutes, I said, "This is what you're doing. Is this what we're doing here?"
Bruv, Rashford could barely walk by the end.
What I'm saying.
What was he
Lads,
doing? What was
give
he
me a second,
doing
let me
still
see
on
if-
the pitch?
Let me see if he'll redeem himself. I'm gonna give him a chance. I'll give you a chance. Can't like.
Chance for what? It's my opinion.
This
Now,
is an
hear
anti
me out.
McTominay
Hear me
group,
out.
bro. You got to be
Don't make
careful.
your opinion right.
I
That doesn't
gotta
make
go
your
anyway,
opinion
so
right.
You're gonna kick me out, and I'm only gonna get
Go
kicked
on.
out.
You were saying about
I
Scott
need to go to
McTominay.
bed. I need to get.
I love
get
your
kicked
energy,
to
bro.
bed.
Keep it up.
Anyway, hold on. This season, I'm calling it right now. This is the season for Manchester United to rise, for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to rise, and for Scotty to rise. Bye.
No.
Right still
No, he was doing so well, you know. He was doing so
You know
well.
what? I let him off.
He was doing so well. I was like, yeah, this guy's got
Listen.
some sense.
No, and
Yeah, no.
on a serious level, Hamza, listen, promote your channel. This guy's only 15, you know.
United community. I've been struggling the past few days, so gonna try to do some things. And big up to y'all, fellas. I really enjoyed this community. You know, absolutely love it and love this stream. You know, one of the best streams. This stream I laughed way too much. You know, way too much. And vibes in the comment section. You know. Mr. Violation, I called him. Anyway, so United community, trying to build my
I
channel.
didn't
and
even
hopefully-
see this one.
Man says so deep. I saw that comment. I was like, "Yo, you men are trying to finish Lukaku out here, yeah." Watch when he comes here and starts banging 30 goals, bro. Then we're crying.
He trimmed down as well, you know, in Italy. He's
That's what I'm
doing his thing.
saying.
Banter aside,
Yeah,
Lukaku's improved in
remember
Italy, for some
when
reason
he was
looking like
here-
Mark Henry.
Mark Henry. Hey,
It's true. He cut the beard off. He's right. 100%.
I said Mark Henry, bro. Nah.
Lukaku had
please.
bulked up when he
people are
when he
gonna
signed for us.
go. Stay blessed and love this community, and please subscribe to the United community.
Guys,
Yeah.
yeah, subscribe to the United community. Like I said, he's 15 years old. He's from Egypt as well, and he does speak some facts. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
large up
So,
Hamza, man.
Yeah,
100%.
And it must be difficult as well because he hasn't even lived through our glory days, man. It's been a struggle,
Yeah.
like since you've been a
That's
United
right.
fan. innit?
Yeah, that's true.
They've not seen
You just
nothing.
seen hell, man. It's so
They've
true.
been starving.
It's
Listen,
been a
mate.
pain, you know, and my dad in the room when we're losing. Oh, just
You know, Hamza, before you go, you know, Roland, because I know you've got a channel. If you can touch base with Hamza, maybe you can do something together as well. Like,
Yeah,
let's
for
try and
sure.
let's
We'll
try and
do-
get him out there, man.
I'm doing watch alongs and stuff all season in it. So like tons of people are going to be jumping on in it. So I'll definitely reach out for sure.
Yeah,
Wicked.
that's your link in the comments as well, innit?
What on my wait no who's
In the YouTube comments, just so
Yeah.
that people know and they can subscribe to your channel.
Yeah, and if not, like I'll tweet it out if anything, worst case scenario and stuff. So I think he's frozen. Look at his face. I'm gonna leave it there for a minute. Everyone laugh at his face for a minute.
Oh my, Hamza fell asleep like that.
But But no, this is what the community is about. We're just gonna continue to like promote each other's channel, you know what I mean, and stuff. So yeah. If there's no one else that's gonna click the link and come in, listen, guys, this has been a blast. I knew, I didn't intend for it to be over an hour, but I knew it was gonna be over an hour because, and you know what? Can I tell you, there were some other topics I was gonna talk about. I didn't talk about.
Bro, can I just say, just because we did touch on it slightly, bro, Varane is going to struggle. Remember I said this? Yeah. I'm telling man now, Varane is going to struggle this season, bro. I'm telling man. He don't even know what's to come. He ain't got a clue, bro.
Bro,
honestly.
we don't, we don't need that.
I don't care about World Cup winner or burn up. Nah, bro. I don't care.
Can't
bro,
take
he's going to struggle, bro. I'm telling you.
No,
I'm telling you.
What? You know what? I'm gonna be positive about it. Varane is going to be a hit right from the first day. He has to be. Otherwise, we're in trouble. So, I'm just gonna say he's gonna be a hit, and he's going to allow Maguire to do what Maguire was doing at the Euro. Hey, no lies.
Hopefully.
At the Euro, Maguire was a beast, bro. That man was acting like an attacking midfielder some of the times, man. Because he had a very mobile John Stones beside him. If Varane can give him that same kind of comfort, at the back, I think we are onto something good. And I don't think Sancho is going to take a long time to do his thing. I think Sancho is pretty much used to he's pretty much aware of what he has to expect in England. So I think he's going to do his thing. I think we have two good signings, and I think they will hit the ground running. I'm just very concerned about our midfield. We need to sort the midfield out. I don't know what you guys think, but I think we have a good midfielder in James Garner. I think if I think he's gonna go on loan, but I think he's a very good prospect, and honestly, I would prefer to play him than even a McTominay.
Last season, Ray, the first half he was on loan to Watford and he was doing really well. But then their manager got sacked, and then it went out the window, and then he got loaned to Nottingham Forest.
And he was bossing it at Nottingham.
It's one of those, isn't it? I mean, it will be interesting to see if we will give him a chance or if he goes out on loan. If he does go out on loan, I hope it's at a high level.
Yeah. You know what the funny thing is? The funny thing is that sometimes we have our young players, and they are good young players, and we don't play them. And then we see other young players, say for example, like Kamavinga bossing it in another league, and we want to buy them. We really
you mentioned about Hannibal, bro. Hannibal Mejbri, looks quality, but he needs to go out on loan.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we need to take better care of our young players.
Because we've not looked after them. Because I mean, last season I was quite pissed off that Angel Gomez left.
Exactly.
Only to go to Lille, who then loaned him to Boa Vista. Like, why couldn't we have tied him down and loaned him out to Boa Vista?
Exactly.
So
I think at the last minute we tried to give him a contract, but I think
but this is the thing, though, bro. Why wait till the last minute? Why disrespect that, bro?
Exactly. It was, but I think, man, I'm not only out, brother. I blame him. He
That's a new one, boy. I blame him.
Man.
You know what it is? It's constructive criticism is what it is.
Yeah. He if you look at it, the truth is he has not given much chances to the youth. The only youth player that he's really been consistent with is Mason.
Yeah.
And nobody else really. And for a manager who claims that he wants to have that so-called Manchester United DNA and promoting youth in the tradition of the clubs, in the mold of the clubs, traditions and history, he's failed at that with the youth. And it's not like we don't have good prospects. We have really good young players. We have you've seen Ilanga. We've spoken about Hannibal. I think Ethan Laird is a very good prospect
Yeah.
as well. We have good prospects, so I think he has to do better with the youth.
Yeah, I think what Reese touched on it earlier. I think it comes down to the fact that he's scared. He
Yeah,
doesn't
too
like to take
scared.
chances, and he just plays very cautiously. It was I had PTSD watching England at the Euros because Gareth Southgate gave me
Yeah,
Ollie vibes.
Yeah.
the parallels between the two managers is
It's
uncanny, man.
mad.
It's scary.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
scary.
yeah.
But guys, listen, this has been an absolute vibe. First and foremost, I wanted to say thank you to all four of you for coming on. Hitting me up on Twitter when I sent out the post and that, and saying like, listen, you know what, want to do this. We're gonna have to do this again. Maybe
Absolutely.
Sure thing, man.
Yeah.
maybe
Sure thing.
mid-season, something. I don't mind. We'll have to do this again. Just before final things now, I'm gonna give a big shout out to Daniel Wilkinson. Now, he's one of the. He was on a stream with Lambs Reacts, and he went out his way to kind of promote my channel. So big up to you, Daniel. Like, he supports quite a few channels out there. So really appreciate the love and support, man. But what I want before I have my closing words, Roland, you promote your channel first because I know you got a channel. Bernadre, you can promote your channel. Reese, if you do have one, you can promote yours. And I know Brush doesn't have one, but I'm going to make sure I get on to him to start one. So roll off your.
But yeah, subscribe to Pros Only on YouTube. I've got a few things coming up over the coming week. I've got Premier League preview and then live watch along for the Leeds game on Saturday. So please subscribe to the channel and then follow Pros Only TV on Twitter and Instagram.
Bernadre?
All right. So my channel is not a football channel, but it would be nice if you could subscribe to it as well. It's Bernie
Yeah,
Dre Media, and my channel is really about just the stuff that I do with cinematography and photography, and I have a lot of content working on, a lot of projects working on that I'll be posting soon. So give me some views, like, subscribe. I'm sure you're gonna like the content that I'm gonna be putting up. So there.
And the brother can sing.
I try.
No. The brother can sing. Look out, he did a tribute to mothers. That song, mad. mad. Reese, you said you don't have a channel, no?
No, I ain't got no channel. No,
Is there
no,
anything business related or anything that you can promote? Anything we need to look out for you on your end?
No, not at the moment. Not at the moment. But if anyone, I don't mind coming jumping on other people's channels and stuff and talking about stuff. So yeah.
Wicked. Brush on your side?
And can you believe we made it through this entire thing without really touching on the Lionel Messi thing?
Oh man,
my head is spinning still. Mine is still
they're
spinning.
saying he might not go though. They're saying he might not go. You know that. They're saying it's a bit of a farce.
La Liga need to do all they can to keep him in the league.
I was
Otherwise, the
listening
league
to
is
Juan Laporta
finished.
come out this morning, and he confirmed that no, it's dead.
But
They're
Barcelona,
an absolute shambles.
But Barcelona, they had an official statement yesterday that they put out saying that it's legit.
Yeah. To be fair, Leo is actually going to do his first episode of Euroscope, and that is actually going to be one of the topics. So
boom.
Look out.
And
for
we didn't even talk about Harry Kane, man.
That's another thing that's going to be spoken about. So it's coming up. It's definitely coming up. Guys, listen. This could have gone on for 3-4 hours, easy. Easily. But what I do want to say, guys, next week Sunday, I'm gonna be starting up a completely new show. I'm gonna aim to do it every Sunday, and what it is gonna be a call-in show. So you're not gonna hear me talk much, hopefully, but a call-in show where any fan from any club could talk about their team's weekend result. Now, obviously, if there's a game on a Monday, they're just gonna have to miss out for that weekend, or they could come in and talk about what they think that game is going to be like and such. So guys, if you lot want to come on Sunday night, and we just chop it up every week about your team, and this is going to go out to any team across any league, whatever it is. Just come on, let's just If you want to rant, if you want to laugh, smile, whatever it is, let's just vent our frustrations in a nice way and not in a gigs way. Big up to everyone who's been inside. Like, share, and subscribe to Eagle Eyed Football, and also to all the different channels that we've been promoting. I've sent the links in the chat, so they're there for you to click on. And guys, stay blessed, man. This has been an absolute vibe, and I've loved it. So big up to everyone.
Peace.
Yeah, man. Peace out.